So hi there, this is Dieter from Germany and I'm making a video about Al Jazeera today. It's about the two phases of Al Jazeera. Please excuse the bad quality of this television and background video, but anyway, I think I can make the point, and for that reason I will just...
دوريات تابعة للقوات المسلحة ضبطت سيارتين صباح اليوم، وذلك خلف حي الصفا بين كنيسة رفح ووحدة عسكرية قيد الإنشاء.
Well, I think that's very bad because I don't have much light here in the room, so I will possibly just switch it on. Well, I'm not sure if you're able to see that, but we just had Christmas. For that reason, our Christmas, a small Christmas tree is still in there. And anyway, the main accusations, according to Al Jazeera, is made by people who are very critical about the new rise of the Sunni Caliphate, the United States of Arabs, which may be found in a way indirectly through the Al Jazeera and Qatar and Saudi Arabia as Turkish agenda in different countries, hijacking the Arabic revolutions in Egypt, Tunisia and in Libya. In Libya it's not hijacked, it's directly created by Al Jazeera and Qatar, also by the people who wanted a regime change in that country, and then also with the help and realized by and with the help of the Americans and NATO and whatever. So my thought is, and I need to get a little bit behind, I guess, to discuss with Islamic clerics something like an open conservative Islam. If you watch Al Jazeera, for example, this is the Arabic Al Jazeera. If you watch this, you will find after some hours watching it that there is a different agenda behind that than the agenda or the media script behind Al Jazeera English. It's very important to understand that Al Jazeera is also a political and religious influential instrument in Arabic countries. This doesn't have to be negative, but normally it is not only positive, because Al Jazeera is creating and fueling also as very strongly supporting revolutions and uprisings, the uprising, for example, in Syria, also the follow-up revolution in there, the follow-up regime change attempt at the moment. So it's very dangerous only to see the English Al Jazeera and to think, for example, in America, where Al Jazeera may now also be watched by television, by satellite on television, on mainstream satellite availability. It will be available on mainstream satellite frequencies, or I don't know how to say in English. From my experience and understanding, it's very important to see that Al Jazeera needs to not only fuel, if it wants to do so, it's a free world, people and TV channels as countries can support revolutions, but they need to be aware of simply supporting mercenaries coming into Syria, for example, or supporting the people to rally behind the mercenaries. The discussion in the internet is about like 10,000 foreign intervening mercenaries paid by Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and also equipped by Turkey, also trained by the CIA and other secret services. It is very dangerous for Al Jazeera if they only support the installation of a radical Sunni Islamic direction and not support the change of that direction, which is possible if you are a conservative Sunni cleric in Saudi Arabia, a conservative Sunni cleric in Qatar, if it is wanted, and if one thing will be reached. And that's the big question. That's also the question of my video now, and the question of other videos I've made about that according to Egypt. The question if it is possible to change the Sharia interpretation into a more open, inclusive Sharia interpretation, a more open and, through this openness, strong, conservative, restorating Islam. The fear and the reason why conservative Islam is raising is the same which you also see in, for example, in America, where conservative movements re-raise, and nationalistic movements all over the world re-raise, if you want. If a movement is raised, normally there is a social reason for that. People are not happy, people are critical about ungood developments in the society. The ungood developments in the society, in the Arabic society, is very, very obviously the Western influence, the decrease of Islam, the destruction of Islam by Western values, or values which are made responsible for that, which have been detected as so-called capitalistic and Western influences. I guess I should get my plant out of the window, or maybe I should do videos under a different circumstance. I only have 1 minute left. Anyway, or 1 minute 30. Is it possible to have some kind of conservative, open Islam? That's a question, and that's the thing Al Jazeera can change. And one attempt would also be to change the program of its Al Jazeera Arabic news channel. If they, for example, would include documentaries, discussions, more people, more coverage about Christians, for example, in their countries, they would open the debate so that there could be something like an Arabic Christian part of society. This part of society shall not be and will not be and may not be dominant. It may not be majority focused. Why should there be something like a majority? Christians normally do not have majority. They are normally not political. For example, also the Coptic Christian Pope, he made that point in these days that the church should stay out of politics. So if the church will stay out of politics, why should not the debate and also political news include Christians into the society to enable the discussion if there should be a generation of different conservative Islamic movements, and these Islamic clerics also as Islamic societies. It's the good right of Egypt to be an Islamic society, but it should be open, so it needs to be included. Christians need to be included, and also Arabic Christians.